Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1978 New York Yankees baseball. We got the Milwaukee Brewers traveling to New York to take on the Yankees. Let's take a look here at the Brewers starting lineup. Leading off, playing shortstop, Paul Molitor. Batting second, playing second, Don Money. Batting third, playing first base, Cecil Cooper. Batting fourth, playing right field, Larry Heisel. Batting fifth, DH, and Ben Ogilvie. Batting sixth, playing third base, is Sal Bando. Batting seventh and playing center field is Gorman Thomas. Batting eighth, playing left field is Jim Wolford. Batting ninth on the catching is Buck Martinez. And on the mound for the Brewers is Jerry Augustine. And for the New York Yankees, leading off, playing second base, we got Willie Randolph. Batting second, playing center field, Mickey Rivers. Batting third, catching is Thurman Munson. Batting fourth, playing right field is Reggie Jackson. Batting fifth, playing left field is Lou Piniella. Batting sixth, playing first base is Chris Chambliss. Batting seventh, DHing is Cliff Johnson. Batting eighth, playing third base is Greg Nettles. Batting ninth, playing shortstop is Bucky Dent. And on the mound for the New York Yankees is Ed Figueroa. So let's get down here to Yankee Stadium, get this game started, folks. All right, leading off for the Brewers is Paul Molitor. He's batting .206 with 4 RBIs, and he'll be facing Ed Figueroa, his third appearance. He's 2-0 with a 2 ERA. Let's get this game started. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third, over to first. Up with it is Nettles, and that'll be out number 1. Brings up Don Money now. And Money's batting .250, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. And against a righty, we'll make him an 18 on an 8. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Mickey Rivers tracks that down and takes a base hit away from Money. 2 down now. Brings up Cooper. Cecil Cooper's only batting $174 with 1 home run early in this year. Here's the pitch to Coop. And that ball is driven into the gap. And that's going to be a double in the right center field. Rivers gets to it. So with 2 outs, Cooper's down at second. I shouldn't have said nothing about him batting $174. Put the old jinx on him. He came through. So Cooper down at second with 2 outs. That brings up Larry Heisel batting .244. He does have 4 home runs and 7 RBIs on the year. You can't groove one to Larry. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Brewers strand 1. We go to the bottom of the first. Brewers nothing. Randolph, Rivers, and Munson due up here for the Yanks. Willie off to a great start. Batting .400 with 1 homer and 6 RBIs. He'll be going up against Jerry Augustine. He is making his 4th appearance. He's 1-2 with a 5.19 ERA. And here's the pitch to Willie. And against a lefty, it's going to make him a 3. And that's going to be a base hit into left field. So Willie's aboard here with a leadoff single. And Willie is I think he's a D32, meaning he can't take off unless there's 1 or 2 outs. So he's down at first now for Mickey Rivers. And Mick is batting .265. He's got 8 RBIs on the year. Here's the pitch to Mick. And that's going to be a base hit. Let's see here. Against the lefty, Rivers It's going to make him a 12. And that will be a base hit in the right field. Let's see if Willie's got the speed here. "27 is a 53 or lower." I think old Willie's going to stay put with Munson. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. We got first and second, and Munson's up now. See if Thurman can get the Yankees on the scoreboard here. First and second, nobody out. Munson's batting .395. He's got 2 home runs and 11 RBIs. Captain's off to a good start. And he's going to keep that up against the lefty. That's going to be a single in the left field. Randolph will score easy. The question is, will Rivers get down there? That'll be a nope. Rivers will stop at second, so we'll have first and second. But the Yankees get on the board, and still nobody out, folks. That brings up Reggie Jackson now. It's 1-0 New York. And Reggie is batting .395 with 5 home runs and 13 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Red. And the hit parade just keeps on coming. Let's see. And that's going to be a nice play down the second. Let's see here. And that's going to be a line drive. The runners get back. Reggie hit that right on the button, but right at money. He makes a good play for out number 1. Brings up Lou Piniella, batting .296, a homer and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. So now there's 2 outs, runners on first and second. It's up to Chambliss to increase this lead. Chris is batting .378 with 2 homers and 7 RBIs. And that'll end the inning. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. He'll go the short way over to second to end the inning. The Yankees score 2, but what could have been first and second and nobody out. They only get 1. And we go to the top of the second. We got Ogilvie, Bando, and Thomas due up here for the Brew Crew. Ben's batting .320, a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. So the tying runs aboard here. Oh, hold on. I looked at the wrong card. Let's redo that. That's not a base on balls. Undo. And that's a 9 against a 16. That's going to be an out. Nope, that's going to be an infield hit. So he gets aboard, but instead of walking, he's going to single. So Ben's aboard with a leadoff single. And here comes Sal Bando. And Bando's batting .205 with 2 homers and 3 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Bando. Yankees looking to turn 2 here. And that's going to be a fly ball at the Mickey Rivers. He makes the catch for out number 1. Here's Gorman Thomas up now. 1 down, Ogilvie at first. Batting .242 with 5 homers and 11 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one off of Ed. And that ball is launched in the right field. And Ogilvie, let's see here. What? 42. 26 with 1 out. I think they're going to chance it here. 26, a 52 or lower. He's safe. Here comes the throw from Jackson. Can they throw him out at the plate? And they get him, folks. Nice play by Reggie. A double in the right field. And Reggie throws him out at the plate. So now you got Thomas down at second and 2 outs. And it's still 1-0 New York. And that brings up Jim Wolford. He's 0 for 4 in the season. Here's the pitch to Jim. And that's going to be a single in the left field. 53, that's probably going to score Thomas. Yeah, Thomas will score easily on the play. So this ball game's tied up at 1 apiece. Jim Wolford comes through. That brings up Buck Martinez now with 2 outs, a runner down at first. And Buck is batting .250 with 3 RBIs on the year. And the hits might just keep coming, folks. And that's going to be an infield hit. Buck Martinez does his Ricky Henderson impersonation, and he's on first and second. And Ed can't get that last out here, folks. So that'll take us back to the top of the order. And Paul Molitor, he's batting .200. He grounded out the third his first time up. And that'll be a ground ball down the third. And he'll go over to second with it. And that'll end the inning. But the Brewers score 1 and tie this ball game up. It's 1-1. We go to the bottom of the second. We got Johnson, Nettles, and Dent due up the bottom part of the order. And Cliff's batting a .172, a homer, and 2 RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. Johnson trots on down the first. So the leadoff batter's aboard now for Greg Nettles. See what Nettles can do here. Greg's batting .325, 2 homers, 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And Bando's down there. That'll be a fielding column 1, and that's going to be the old That's going to be the old 5-4-3 double play. So now there's 2 outs for Bucky Dent. Nice play down there by Bando. Bucky's batting .390 on the year, a homer and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. And that'll end the inning. We go to the top of the third. We got Money, Cooper, and Heisel due up here. And Money flew out to center field his first time up. And not this time. That's going to be a well-hit ball. See what Money does here. Squares this one up. And he drives that ball into the gap down the first baseline. Sorry, down the third baseline. And that'll be a leadoff double for Money. So he's aboard here with the go-ahead run. Brings up Cecil Cooper now. And Cooper, he doubled his first time up. Can Ed pitch around this leadoff double? Here's the pitch to Cooper. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And Bucky's down there. And that'll be a fielding column 1. And he looks the runner back. Fires over to first. And that's 1 out. Runner still down at second for Larry Heisel. And Larry struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a pop up down the short. Bucky goes back. in the shallow left field, makes the catch. Hey, what's going on, Aaron? 2 down now. Ben Ogilvy's up now. He singled in first time up. Can Ed get out of this with nobody scoring, folks? That's going to be a 16 on an 8. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Nettles, nice play. Robs him of a hit. Fires over to first. And the leadoff double gets stranded, folks. We go to the bottom of the third. It's still 1-1. And now we got the top of the order due up here for the Yanks. Randolph, Rivers, and Munson. Can they scratch a run across here and retake the lead? And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Money's up with it. Fires over. Willie hits it to his counterpart for out number 1. That brings up Mickey Rivers now. Mick singled his first time up. And he's going to do more than that this time, probably. He squares this one up, folks. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Mickey Rivers with his first home run of the year, folks, gives the Yankees a 2-1 lead. RBI number 9 for Rivers. Oh, that's good to hear, Aaron, buddy. And here is Munson. He had an RBI single his first time up. And that's going to be hit down the third. And that's going to be an error on Sal, an E5. And that's going to get Munson on base here with 1 out. Reggie Jackson. See if Reggie can add to this lead here. Reggie lined out the second, hit the ball right on the money, pun intended, but he was there to catch it. Here's the pitch to Jackson. And that ball squared up. Reggie is trying to give the Yankees a bigger lead here, folks. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. Reggie's 6th home run of the year, and it is now 4-1 New York. So Mr. October delivers here in April. That brings up Mr. Lou Piniella. He struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch to Sweet Lou. And that's going to be a deep fly ball out the right field. Larry's on his horse near the track and makes the catch for out number 2. And Jerry's not fooling nobody now, folks. And now it's Chris Chambliss. He reached on a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And Sal doesn't make a mistake this time. He'll fire over to first to get Chambliss. But the Yankees score 3 on home runs by Rivers and Jackson. And lead this game 4-1 as we go to the 4th. And we got Ogilvy, Sal Bando, and Gorman Thomas due up here. Let's see what Sal can do after making that error. He flew out the river the first time up. And this time he squares it up. He's trying to make up for that error. Ed grooves one, and he takes advantage of it. And that's going to be a drive in the left field. And that'll be a leadoff double. Ed was able to pitch around that leadoff double in the 3rd inning. Let's see if he can get away with it this time. So runner down at second, nobody out for Gorman Thomas. He doubled and came around to score the only run for the Brew Crew. Here's the pitch. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. And the ball's flying out of Yankee Stadium today, folks. And it's a 1-run game. 4-3. New York. Nobody out here in the 4th. And here comes Jim Wolford. He had an RBI single his first time up. Here's the pitch to Jim. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Lou's out there today. Makes the catch for out number 1. Here comes Buck Martinez now. And Buck's hitting 280. He singled his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Nettles. He's up with it, fires across the Chambliss. Now it'll be 2 down after the home run. We're back to the top of the order, and Paul Molitor, he's grounded out and reached on a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. But the Brewers score 2 on the Thomas home run and cuts this lead to 1. We now go to the 4th inning, bottom of the 4th. Bottom part of the order due up also. Johnson, Nettles, and Dent. Cliff walked his first time up. And that's going to be a lazy fly out the right field. Larry's got it for out number 1. Brings up Greg Nettles now. Let's see if Greg can start a 1-out rally. He hit into a double play his first time up. And that's going to be another fly ball out the right field. 2 fly balls, 2 outs. That brings up Bucky Dent. See if Bucky can get aboard here. He flew out the left his first time up. And he swings and misses, and that'll be strikeout number 2 for Jerry. That ends the inning. We go to the top of the 5th. Money, Cooper, and Heisel due up. Money doubled his last time up and flew out the center. And that's going to be another fly ball out the center, and Rivers tracks it down for out number 1. Here comes Cooper. Cecil Cooper doubled and grounded out the short. And he hits a high fly ball in the right field. That ball is high. That ball is gone, folks. Home run, Cecil Cooper, and this game is tied up 4 apiece. Ball is flying out of Yankee Stadium. It's 4-4. Larry Heisel's up now. Nobody on, 1 out. He struck out and popped up the short. And that's going to be a 18 and an 8. That's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Rivers tracks it down, makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch, robbed Larry of a base hit. 2 down. And now it's up to Mr. Ogilvie to keep this inning alive for the Brewers. He singled and grounded out the 3rd. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. But the home run by Cooper ties this game up. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 4 apiece. Top of the order due up. Randolph 1 for 2. Singled and grounded out to his counterpart. And he squares this one up against the lefty. That'll be a single in the left field. So Willie's aboard here with a leadoff single. And he still has to wait for 1 out, I believe. Because it's not the 6th inning, it's the 5th. I think it's the 6th. He can take off on any number of outs. Yep. So Willie's down at first. Mickey Rivers is up now. He's 2 for 2 with a homer his last at bat. Can he go back-to-back at bats and hit another homer and give the Yankees a 2-run lead? And no, that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Not what the Yankees wanted. Over to second for 1, over to first for 2, 6-4-3 double play. That brings up Munson now. With nobody on and 2 outs, Thurman singled and reached on an error. Has an RBI today, and that's going to be a rare play result. And 45. Let's see what a 45 on a 38 is. And that's going to be back to the mound. And we got to re-roll some dice. And that's going to be a fielding column number 3, I believe, with a 55. 55 and a 2 pitcher. Yeah, that's fielding column 2, rather. So that'll be a single through the box. Munson's aboard for the 3rd time today with a single right up the middle. And now we got a runner down at first, 2 outs for Mr. Reggie Jackson. See if Reggie can come through here. He's homered already in this game, a 2-run shot back in the 3rd. Here's the pitch to Red. And not this time. That is hit down to short. He'll fire over to first to get Reggie, and that'll end the inning. The Yankees strand one. We go to the top of the sixth. We're tied up at 4. You got Bando, Thomas, and Wolford due up here against Ed. And Sal's 1 for 2 with a double his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And Nettles fires over to Chambliss, and that'll be out number 1. Hey, Hunter. And Gorman's up now. He's 2 for 2 with a double and a home run and 2 RBIs here today. Here's the pitch to Thomas. And that's going to be a pop up down the second. Willie's got it for out number 2. First time they gotten Gorman out today. Here comes Jim Wolford coming up to the plate here. And Jim is 1 for 2. Oh, cool. Glad to hear it, buddy. And here's the pitch to Jim. And that's going to be hit out to center field. And Rivers is a 2 on a 32. And that's going to be fielding column 2. That's going to be a single in the center. Rivers couldn't quite get to it. Takes it on the bounce. So Jim's aboard here with 2 outs for Buck Martinez. And Buck is 1 for 2 today. Singled and grounded out to third. And that's going to be a swing and a miss to right 3. That ends the inning. Brew Crew leaves 1 aboard. We go to the bottom of the 6th. We got Piniella, Chambliss, and Johnson due up here. And Lou's 0 for 2. He struck out and flew out the right. And that could be a base hit here against the lefty. And that'll be a base hit in the left field. So the Yankees got the leadoff batter aboard here with... Oh, sorry about that. That's a 0. I looked at the wrong card. You might do more than a single here. Let's redo this. He's got a 0 at 22. I was looking at the wrong card, so we got to re-roll here. So definitely a hit. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. Sweet Lou hits a home run to give the Yankees a 5-4 lead here. Glad I looked at that card. I was only going to give him a single like Molitor would have. So a home run down the right field line for Sweet Lou. And the Yankees are up 5-4. Wind's blowing out the right field today. I'll tell you that, folks. Here comes Chambliss now with nobody out. He's 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out. And he squares this one up. See if Chris can go back-to-back, Jack. And that'll be a double in the left field. Chambliss is down at second. And they're just going to get the bullpen stirring now. Cliff Johnson's up. And Cliff is 0 for 1. He walked and flew out the right. Runner in scoring position for him. And I'll make him a 3 on 9. And that might get him in, folks. And that might be it for Jerry. Let's see here on a 4. It'll be a 41. Chambliss isn't that fast, so he might not score here. That ball's in the left field. So it's a 41. Wolford's got a good arm, and Chambliss doesn't have much speed, so he'll stop at third. So we'll have first and third, and nobody out. And this will be Jerry's last batter one way or the other. They'll let him pitch to the lefty. And Greg's 0 for 2, first and third. See who they'll bring in here. They got a pretty deep bullpen. It ain't very good, but it's deep. So might be the Moose. Probably the Moose or Rodriguez. Probably come in here to pitch the Dent. Here's the pitch to Grego. And he wastes no time. That ball is hit well. Let's see here. Against the lefty, he's going to make him 13. And that's going to be a triple down the right field line. And that is going to be it for Jerry. Probably left him in one batter too long. And now it is a 7-4 ball game. Let's see who the Brew Crew is going to bring in here to pitch to these righties coming up. Greg Nettles puts on the Jets. Hey, Clinton. Let's see here. And that's who's going to come in. Rodriguez will come in to pitch. That's all for Jerry. Like I say, I tried to get him to get that lefty out. It didn't work out. Now you got the two righties coming up. And Denton Randolph. So runner down at third. That's going to force the Brew Crew to bring the infield in. Bucky's 0 for 2. He's flown out the left and struck out. This is Rodriguez's first game rather. First appearance of the year. And we drop the dice. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Will it be deep enough to score? Greg, that is the question. Okay, a 5. And that probably a 61. Yeah, that should be deep enough. 61 definitely should be deep enough. Even with Greg's poor speed, they got a 64 less. He's in there safely. And he is. So a sacrifice fly by Bucky gets the run in. So it is now 8-4. And now we got Randolph up with 1 out and nobody on. And Willie's batting .420. He is 2 for 3 today, off to a great start. Can he keep it up here against old Rodriguez? And no, that's going to be a ground ball down the third, over to first for out number 2. And here comes Mickey Rivers. Mickey's having a good game here too. He's 2 for 3 with a homer. He did ground into a double play his last time up though. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound, over to first, and that'll end the inning. But the Yankees score 4 and take an 8-4 lead here, folks. We go to the 7th inning, top of the order due up here for the Brew Crew. Molitor, Money, and Cooper. And Paul's 0 for 3. He's grounded out, reached on a fielder's choice and struck out. And here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Easy play for Ed. Over to first for out number 1. And here comes Mr. Money. And Money is 1 for 3 with a double. And he flew out the center his other 2 times up. And that's a base on balls. So the Brew Crew's got a runner down at first for Cooper. Cooper's homered in this game, folks. The ball's been flying out of Yankee Stadium. He's 2 for 3 with a double in that home run. Here's the pitch to Cooper. And that's going to be hit down to second. And Willie's an 8 on a 51. That'd probably be column number 2. That's barely column number 1. Nice play by Willie. And he makes a nice dive and stop. Comes up with it, fires over to first. Money will get down to second with 2 outs now. Nice play by Willie Randolph. Not letting that ball get through. Probably would have had first and third. Here's Larry Heisel. He's 0 for 3. He struck out, popped up spin flew out. And that's going to be another fly ball in the left field. And Lou's got it for out number 3. We go to the 7th inning stretch, 8-4. And we got Mr. Munson, Jackson, and Pinella due up here against Rodriguez. If he gets in any trouble here, let's see what lefty they got out there in the bullpen. They only got one lefty, and that's McClure. So here's the pitch to Thurman, having a great game, 2 for 3 with an RBI and reached on an error. So he's been on base all 3 times. Can he make it 4 times? No, that's going to be a ground ball back to Rodriguez. Over to Coop for out number 1. Here comes Reggie. Reggie is 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer. And that's going to be a base hit into right field. So he pulls that ball down the line. Larry gets over and cuts it off, and holds him to a single. So Reggie's aboard now for Lou. And Lou homered his last time up, folks. He's 1 for 3 with a homer. Let's see if he can do it again here. And nope, that's going to be hit back to the mound. And Rodriguez is a 2, and that'll probably be fielding column number 1 with a 36. And it is. And that's going to be that's just going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. He's a pitcher. So he strikes Sweet Lou out. And that brings up Chambliss now with, 2 outs. Chambliss 1 for 3 with a double and came around the score. And that's going to be an 8 and an 8. That's going to be a base hit into left field. And Reggie, is he going to try for third here with 2 outs? No, he's going to stay put at second. So we got first and second with 2 outs for Cliff Johnson. And do we pitch hit for Johnson here? The DH, and bring in Mr. Spencer or Roy White. I think we are going to pitch it since they got the righty out there. Try to add to this lead. Cliff Johnson does not hit righties well at all. At all. So Jim Spencer. Spencer for hire or Roy White? That is the question. We'll bring old Jim in. Jim's going to come in to pitch hit for Johnson. See if he can up the ante here a little bit with first and second and 2 outs. This is Jim's 13th appearance at the plate. He's batting .333. He's got a homer and 5 RBIs. Let's see if he can get some more RBIs here. Here's the pitch to Jim. And that might do it, folks. Against the lefty. Against a righty, rather, he's going to make him a 4 and a 9. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And that'll fill the bases up, folks. So Reggie stops at third with 2 outs. So bases are juiced. Pitch hit single by Spencer. That brings up Greg Nettles. Let's see what old Greg can do here with the bases juiced. And Nettles is 1 for 3 with that 2 RBI triple his last time up. And that's not going to happen this time. That's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Rodriguez gets out of the mess with nobody scoring. We go to the 8th inning. It's 8-4 New York. This might be Ed's last inning. They got some bullpen action up. Sparky Lau's up in the bullpen. Anybody gets on base, you'll probably see Sparky come in the game. And we got Ogilvy Bando and Thomas due up here. Down by 4. Ogilvy's 1 for 3. And make it 1 for 4 because that's a swing and a miss. Guess Ed didn't like the bullpen getting up. That brings up Bando now. And Sal's 1 for 3 with a double. He's flown out the center and grounded out the third. And that's back-to-back strikeouts. Oh, Ed's wheeling and dealing here in the 8th. He doesn't want taken out of this game. And here comes Gorman Thomas, 2 for 3, a double and a home run and 2 RBIs. And he popped up the second his last time up. And not this time. That's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Reggie Jackson showing off the leather, folks. Makes a nice running catch. Robs Thomas of a hit. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Yankees with a 4-run lead. We got Dent, then back to the top of the order in Randolph and Rivers. And Bucky is 0 for 2. He had a sacrifice fly his last time up. Here's the pitch to Bucky. And that's going to be a 23. That's back to the mound. And he is a 2 and a 61 now. I think that's going to be an error. And that's going to be fielding column 2. And that is going to be an error. E1. So Bucky's aboard here. And this will probably be the last batter for Ed. Got a bunch of lefties coming up. Willie's 2 for 4. He has grounded out the second and third his other 2 times up. Here's the pitch to Willie Boy. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Gorman's got it for out number 1. And now we'll bring in the lefty McClure because you got all these lefties due up and switch hitters coming up besides old Thurman. So in comes Bob. Try to keep this a 4-run game. This is Bob's second appearance. He's pitched 2 innings of scoreless ball. He'll face Mickey Rivers. He's 2 for 4 with a homer today. Here's the pitch to Mick. And that's going to be makes him a 14 on an 8. Yeah, 14 on an 8. That's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Nice play by Larry for out number 2. Here comes Mr. Thurman Munson, the captain, with 2 outs. He's 2 for 4 with an RBI today. Here's the pitch to Thurman. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. No, that's going to be a swing and a miss. Old Bob strikes him out with that X. So that ends the inning. We go to the top of the 9th. And let's see who's due up here. Wolford, Martinez, and Molitor. A bunch of righties. Let's see who the Yankees are going to go to in the bullpen here. They're not going with Goose. This ain't a save situation. Let's see who they'll go with. They're going to bring in Eastwick's going to come in. Try to get through this 9th inning. If anybody gets aboard, they'll get the Goose up then. So Eastwick will come in here to pitch. And this is Eastwick's 4th appearance. He's pitched 5 innings. He's got a 1.8 ERA. He'll be facing Mr. Wolford, Martinez, and then Molitor. Let's see if they're going to make a switch here and go with a lefty here. Only got one lefty on the bench. So they're going to let old Wolford bat. So here's the pitch to Jim. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Willie's up with it. Fires over to first for out number 1. Here comes Buck Martinez now. And Buck is 1 for 3. Singled, grounded out, and struck out. Here's the pitch to Buck. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Reggie. And the Brew Crew's down to their last out here, folks. Here's Paul Molitor now. And Paul is 0 for 4. He's grounded out twice, reached on a fielder's choice, and struck out. And that might be a base hit here against the old righty. And no, nice play out there in short. Bucky Dent goes out and makes an over-the-shoulder catch in shallow left field, and that'll end the ball game, folks. Your score, 8-4. Take a look here at the mock score. And the Brew Crew, 4 runs on 10 hits and 2 errors. The Yankees, 8 runs, 14 hits, and no errors. Cooper, Thomas, and Wolford all went 2 for 4. And you had Cooper and Thomas with those home runs. The ball was flying out of Yankee Stadium. The Brewers were 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Left 6 men on base. And for the Yankees, everybody but Bucky Dent got a hit. And that top of that batting order, 2 for 5, 2 for 5, 2 for 5, 2 for 4, first 4 batters. And you had Rivers, Jackson, and Piniella with homers, and then add in Nettles triple. So a lot of production. The Yankees 4 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Left 7 men on base. Jerry picks up his 3rd loss, goes to 1-3, 5 innings, 11 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, walked 1, struck out 2, and gave up the 3 homers. Rodriguez comes in, does a good job, 2 1/3, 3 hits, struck out 2. McClure comes in, gets the last 2 outs, and gets a strikeout. Everybody got a hit here except for old Bucky. Bucky was the only one. Yep. Bucky went 0 for 3. And Ed Figueroa picks up his 3rd win, goes 8 innings, 10 hits, 4 runs, walked 1, struck out 6. He gave up 2 homers. Eastwick comes in, pitches a good 9th inning. And that's your ball game, folks. Let's do some fast play here. We got the Kansas City Royals heading to Baltimore to take on the Orioles. Jim Palmer on the mound. See what happens here in Baltimore, right down the road from me, 70-mile away. And Kansas City shuts out the Orioles. Jim Palmer, a tough luck loser here. Old Leonard, Dennis Leonard, Kansas City 1 run, 7 hits, and no errors. And the Orioles, no runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors. Let's see if that was an unearned run that cost them the game. Get rid of that. There we go. Let's see here with Palmer. Was that an unearned run? Nope, it was an earned run. Let's see when it happened here. Happened in the 4th inning. And now we got the Tribe, Cleveland, heading up to Boston to take on the Red Sox. And the Red Sox scalped the Tribe. Shut them out. No runs, 6 hits and an error. In the Red Sox, 13 runs, 16 hits and no errors. Rick Burleson, 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Then we got the Angels traveling to Minnesota to take on the Twins. And another shutout in another 1-0 game. The Twins win. The Angels, no runs, 7 hits and an error. Twins, 1 run, 9 hits and 1 error. Carew, 2 for 4 with that RBI that wins the game. And we got the A's taking on the Mariners in Seattle. And the A's come up short. 2 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. The Mariners, 5 runs on 16 hits and no errors. And the last game in the American League is the White Sox and the Blue Jays. And another shutout. Blue Jays shut out the White Sox. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors. Blue Jays, 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Take a quick look here at the standings. Like I say, not much to look at early in the season, but we'll take a peek. Yankees are 2.5 games up on the Tigers. The Twins are 4 games up on Kansas City. You got Jason Thomas leading the American League with a 4.69 ERA. You got Reggie and Gorman Thomas, both of them on the channel today with 6 home runs apiece. They both hit their 6th home run today. Reggie now with 15 RBIs along with Butch Wagner leading the American League. And you got Kurtwood with the Blue Jays. Still hasn't given up an earned run. And Dave with the Twins got 4 wins. He's the first pitcher in the American League to get 4 wins. Goose and Kurtwood with 4 saves. And Butch leading MVP voting and Dave leading the Cy Young voting. Oh, not a problem, Aaron, buddy. Yep, we can do that. And speaking of the next broadcast, Aaron, it'll be the Braves against the Padres. Let's see who the pitchers are for that game. It'll be Easterly going up against Gaylord Perry. See if Easterly can keep up with the old Perry. Perry had a hell of a 1978 year. Alrighty, I want to thank Aaron Reed, Clinton Parks, Hunter, and I believe that was everybody that stopped by today. Check out Aaron Reed's channel and Hunter's channel, folks. And until next time, y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe and bell. Until next time, y'all take care and have a great day. Yeah, Gaylord with that spitter is right. He had it all juiced up in 78.